Well, I'll tell you, the systemics, they're caught in a cycle that has its own appetite, its own speed. Like the cartoons that say they create a monster and the monster see more, so now they say feed me, see more, want more, feed me. And it tastes a little bit of blood and get bigger. And you thought the ancient man, you know. I'll show you our next word, conservative, you know. Look at that word, conservative. There's are people that say that, we are the conservatives. You know what that means?
What's that about?
To save stuff, don't waste, conserve. So now, when the indigenous natives people were conservatives, which is, don't throw anything away from the buffalo. Use the horn, the skin, the hide, the tendons for needle, for thread. Use everything and bless and give thanks for life. If the blood let and if the blood thirst was necessary. Right? That's how it was. Use everything. These were the conservatives. The old African will say yes, use everything. The coconut, burn the shell, squeeze the milk, burn the chaff in the fire, perfume up the yard. You know what I mean? Drink the nut water, eat the jelly, make the coconut oil. Yeah, so when the people were conservatives, them call them ignorant savages. And then created something that's called non-biodegradable. Cannot be gotten rid of. Your national oceans hold it, and then my national waters boundaries will hold it until it's your turn again. That's the situation, the highest minds of man today. That's what they have achieved. You want me to show you some words? Banknotes. BANKNOTES. SETONKNAB. Satan Nab. Satan Nab. Banknotes. Let me show you some words. Origin. ORIGIN NIGIRO. Nigero. You know, and you know you need organic food, like where you bring the give thanks and praise and so. Organ. ORGANNAGRO. You know? Strange words, eh? Look at that word, talk. TALK is KLAT, clat. You know? And you laugh, you know? LAFF is FALL, fall. Fall is laugh too, you know? So the whole thing is right there visible, you know? It's not too much things hidden, like it's unbelievable actually, really, no. Makeda, why am I telling you all that? You should have had the light all the time.
No.
Yeah. In the fine lines, the work that I'm supposed to do. And I think it's already inborn, as I said in others, to have these questions, you know.
Right.
And just like TIME is time, and the same word says EMIT, emit. And TIDE is tide, and the same word says EDIT, edit. It's the same way that both polarities are present in the words, in the lives of the people, the polarities. And somehow or the other, the Almighty give I the vision to see these things and to try to make them obvious to the people who have the very same questions and who are very much like myself, whether they know it or not, or whether I know it or not.
True that. That's a true reasoning. You know, like what you just said, the knowledge that you always pass on to me based on that grammar write down, the breakdown of words with the vibration of what words mean and how they stand for and resonate to people. Taking that into account, how do you see ways to send a message to the youth, to empower our youth, to really help us to lift the veil? Because that's what you do for me all the time. You lift the veil, like what you just broke down with the EDIT, TIDE, tide is the edit, because that shows just how people are focused more on spelling and spell, for lack of a better word and term, and more so than vibration, which is what we should go back to, the word, sound, power, the vibration.
Yes.
What would you give as a message to the youth about that in today's society?
Well, in this language that we speak, called English, where there's twice 13, 26 letters. And because thought is internal talk, and talk is external thought, because of those things, it's tangible, checkable, knowable, searchable. In terms of, look at C-O-N-E is cone. The same word is E-N-O-C, Enoch. C-O-V-E is cove, and the same word is E-V-O-C, evoke. So, I would say that because in the code it's tangible, the language as a code is tangible, I would put it before the young people today, and depending upon their age and stage of their soul and their zeal, they may be interested, they may not be. But for the most part, time has proven that people have a lot more inside than they judge by. You know, many times people are judged before anyone even talks to you or even takes a listen to what your thoughts are. So many voiceless ones have a voice.
True.
You know, when they see that the same things that they think, they hear them in song, and things that seem esoteric or never spoken about. And I thought about that. And you would be very shocked to know that many of the people have thought these things. You know, and we just each taught to believe that we're so special and different, but the human beings are all special, you know, by the fact that each one has a thumbprint that's even individual. By the billions, you still get an individual thumbprint. That's the possibility of people listening and growth and changes and sameness. So this is a work that I do for enlightenment, you know, for world enlightenment, for my own enlightenment, you know. Well, I will say that because both polarities exist as part of existence, negative and positive, they are here. They exist in permanence. So there will be pockets of peace. There will be pockets of people who have sameness of mind, sameness of purpose, and so forth. But we know also that contrast and contradistinction comes from the fact that polarities exist. And they are a fact of life. So I wouldn't like to say that knowledgeable of the Bible and of the truth and the right will erase the polarities.
Right.
The polarities are here. But just say, my sheep, hear my voice. You know.
I like that. So
yeah.
The ones that are seekers of truth, that seek to have it resonate, the truth will find them, basically.
Yes, yes.
So those on the journey, we just have to continue on the journey and trust the process that the tools that are necessary will be available to us when needed.
Yes, that's it. My sheep hear my voice. And the people who are interested in universal human rights and world peace must still know that polarities exist. You know, if there's east, there's west, if there's up, there's down, if there's hot, there's cold, if there's black, there's white. All of the polarities exist. So we just have to know, just say, my sheep hear my voice, and the ones who care for make betterment and goodness on earth, they will hear it, you know.
Indeed,
Yes.
indeed. All right, and fully understanding the means of communication to the people that's been through your music and your songs, right? Are there other things that you currently do or would seek to do to reach other people and reach people that are not musically inclined, or like different platforms like seminars, workshops, or different things like that? Are you open to that as a speaker to, you know, to just educate the masses and lift the veil from our eyes?
Well, of course I'm open to, as the demand calls, you know. And there are some people who are ill and not well, and maybe can't even go out sometimes to some of the venue. And sometimes a friend will call and say, I want you to talk to this friend for me. And so it takes many different forms. And like you say, it's just about the communication. So it's not necessarily everything on stage, you know.
True that.
Because life is this stage, you know. So it comes down to being helpful. If you can, even in any neighborhood you are, among any people, you know. Anywhere you are, you have to be the same thing, you know. And the people can expect us steadfast and unmovable still, you know. And like I say, these things which I sing and say and speak as message, they don't belong to me, they are not mine. They belong to the universe and to the whole of the people of the world, you know.
True.
So if I happen to be a medium point, or if I happen to be a vessel through which some of these things can come to enlighten, I thank God for the opportunity, for the chance at all to do that with my time that He's given me on earth, you know. So these are the building blocks of the earth, you know. If you see a man raises his hand like Ethiopia stretch forth her hands unto Jah, that's a pyramid to the sky, and both your feet to the ground is a pyramid to the floor. That's one triangle up and one triangle down.
Truth.
Just upon the human being. And right here in our center is called our solar plexus. As we know, solar is sun. And this is our sun center between two triangles. Just sacred geometries already made in the universe, made on people.
True.
So they're not just symbols, but they are mathematical constants, you know, made in raw natural spontaneity by the universe, you know.
Truth. Definite truth. On that note, you know, you and I spoke earlier about, you know, the holographic universe and understanding. You know, there's a lot of debates out there about what it is and what it entails, and I'm a young individual that I tell you all the time that lives in my mind, and I believe in the concept of the holographic universe because everything that is in my world is a projection that I created in my world. That's why I can realize it and see it in my world. Is this something that you concur with and agree with and can enlighten and elaborate on?
Well, the eyes invert images. They claim that we get it upside down and our eyes invert the image. So the way the body is even ingesting vision is upside down, which we could be walking on the sky right now and looking from down up. Just how the complexity of the human being and the fact that three-dimensional printing even now can be done. It proves that, like writing the word Enoch, that says C-O-N-E, cone, which is to have a tripod form as height, depth, and width, spatiality, a cone.
Correct.
Which just happens to be the same word Enoch. And it just happens that these truths and these secrets were given to Enoch.
Right.
You know, it's very, let me read you one more page out of Enoch about a short excerpt, not necessarily a whole page. At the time of its going forth, 3 months it appears 30 days each. During 3 more months it appears 29 days each. In the night it appears for each 20 days as the face of a man, and in the day as heaven, for it is nothing else except its light.
Correct.
This is how long ago, this is how long ago, before what we know today as the Bible was put together.
Wow.
Before that is the book of Enoch.
Knowledge.
So, to show you that even the things that we think are just the speculations of the Rastafarian people today, about you see His Majesty facing the moon. You know, the Caribbean people know it, the VI know it, all the children talk about it, but I don't know how many realize that it's written.
Right. Right.
So this holographic universe and the fact that I just read about it is only the reflection of its light. That is the fact already, that you give off the things that are reflected.
Correct.
You see, so even the moon is subject to these laws. You know,
No, that's definitely.
we're greater bodies than ourselves. You know,